Hello, and welcome to this month's Meet the Mayor recap. At our meeting last week, some folks asked about the possibility of getting a stop sign at the bottom of Mills Avenue and wondered whether there is an estimated timeline for repairs along the road. Staff will examine the road and see if any updates to its condition would move it farther up the paving priority list. I will also bring the question of a possible stop sign to the Public Safety Committee for consideration. Someone else asked whether NCDOT can repaint the lines on Broad Street over by Ingalls and Food Lion. We will advance this request to our NCDOT representatives at our next meeting. One person asked about the stop sign configuration at the Oaklawn Carver intersection. This intersection involves 2 stop signs instead of 3 because of the sight lines on Carver. A stop sign on the eastbound side of Carver Street would either be too far back to see around the curve properly or would be so far up that it would encroach on the intersection. There were questions about the water fountain at Silverstein Park not working. We are currently waiting for some new parts. As soon as those are received, we'll get it repaired. People were also curious about what's next for the Architectural Standards Update project. Placerbia, the consulting design firm, presented their proposed architectural visual guidelines at a council meeting in June. These guidelines are intended to help ensure that new development and investments in existing structures will enhance the unique character of Brevard. Another community input event focused on the Lumberyard District will be held at the end of September, and the proposed Pisgah Gateway Zoning District will go to Planning Board for review in September. A draft of the new architectural standards will likely be ready for review later this fall. So, a lot is happening with architectural standards this fall. With the Times Arcade infrastructure project wrapping up, some community members wondered whether there are any plans to revitalize Broad Street. The city's downtown master plan includes future plans for Broad Street, but there is currently no money in the budget to begin that phase of the plan. We are also waiting until late fall to install the landscaping, since the cooler weather will be better for the trees and plants. Another person wanted to know what will happen to the old Sonic Drive-In. The planning department has received plans for different projects over the years, the most recent of which still needs to go through planning review. It is not unusual for the planning department to receive plans that don't wind up resulting in construction. So right now, I don't have any definitive information on this. I've been getting questions about political signs in residential yards. Beginning 90 days prior to early voting, our ordinance allows an unlimited number of freestanding temporary signs in general residential and residential mixed-use lots. They must be removed 10 days after the election. Since early voting starts October 17th, we are within that 90-day window. People also asked why the community input meetings for the Presbyterian Church Affordable Housing Project were postponed. The results of the geotechnical survey indicate that special construction measures are needed to make the property developable. We are now waiting on information that provides, among other things, an estimate of what those measures would cost. If you're interested in hearing more about the status of the project, you can watch the presentation delivered at Tuesday's council meeting on the September 3rd live stream. I want to thank everyone who came out last week to ask questions and to talk about our town. The next Meet the Mayor meeting will be on September 19th from 11:30 to 1 at the Mary C. Jenkins Community Center. I hope to see you there.